All right, so Nolan, you did this all in Grasshopper, I assume, and
I
sort
would say
of
good majority.
good majority, and then you baked it. So, how many people are having issues with this? Getting there's, it seems like time is the issue. Is that
No,
true?
time is the issue.
Time is the issue. So we have to
Life is the issue.
life.
Life might be the issue.
Well, you got to make time. Okay. So I asked you guys. Nolan has laid out. Although they're not perfectly spaced, Nolan.
They're not.
He has them spaced out if this is how they would sit, right? So what you guys are going to do with these is also make these 2D. And I think the best way to do this is actually I like this. This is what I was going to ask. I think Nolan just happened to do it the right way. Is to lay it out. It's not perfectly laid out, so he has to maneuver these. So he can use the move command. Probably make. You can even use the grid and snap to it, or just make a chessboard, right? So, and then decide on a view. The easiest would be if you set up like a northeast or something, so we can get it all on an 11 by 17. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and take these, and the idea is make them 2D. Let's see how these turn out. So you can just use an isometric, show tangent, no hidden lines, maintain source layers is critical. Hit OK. Let's see what we get. So no king. So some of these are going to have some issues. Actually, did really well on this though. That looks really nice. The idea is that I wanted you guys to sort of combine the line drawing and the render. So let's do an undo. Let's see. What's wrong? Your king is acting funny, especially when you select them. You turn them into a mesh?
When I bring in union, it said that it has meshes. And I said, okay. It
Yeah,
said
sure.
it should be solid.
Bear with me. What I'm doing is I'm seeing if I can remake the nerve.
You can undo it on the spot.
It's alright, it's thinking. Let me pause. So we're making this 2D.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hitting it under. It's hurting. I don't know why it's really slow. All right, so there it is. So once it's done, you don't wanna actually click anywhere. You want to get these and move these. So these are going to be on their own layer. So this is where we can do a curved boolean, right? To get an outline. If we get lucky. So we can see we have some issues with the horse here. Something's not touching. I'll let you guys deal with that. Say I'm happy with that. So now I have a line that's going around. I will be able to, um, what layer is that on? It's all on the default layer, so I guess that's good. You want to make sure you have, oh, I turned those off, that's why they're off. You want to make sure you have a layer on for that outline because that'll be the heavier line, right? So we can make that like a 1.2. And then for all the other, you can maybe go with a point like 5. So the idea is that when I print this, let me go portrait. That's weird. Portrait, landscape. How is that working? Right, switches to 11 by 17. Right, it's working now. So we want landscape. So we can see how the lines are heavier, right? So we're going to print this. as a PDF, okay? Makes sense so far, guys? Okay. So we can see that. So, you know, you got to fix this. We're missing some stuff. But that's the idea, to have it look like that. And then we can take the same, let's go to view, set view, isometric. We can render this. So we can just come here under render. We have render properties. So render properties. So we're not going to do viewport, we're going to do custom. So if we're using like 11 by 17, you want to be probably, you know, 100 dpi, the very lowest, right? So it'd be 1100 by 1700. And then we can say render, render. And sorry, I got that backwards. 1700 by 1100. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. That's just more for like eventually the paper size. So render options. And we probably want to be higher, like 3400, but I don't want to sit here and wait for the rendering. It shouldn't take that long to render if something's bogging the machine down here. And then we can save this. And you guys are going to do a better job. I'm just going to throw this right now on the desktop. JPEG is fine. And then we're going to combine the two geometries, okay? So we can do this not that easily in Rhino, so we're going to use Illustrator. Now, if you haven't, I'm not going to teach you guys Illustrator. If you know Illustrator, that's great. Go for it. If you don't, just give us the line drawings coming out of Rhino. That's fine. You don't have to do this. But this is actually a nice technique, which you guys have done. We didn't do this last time, though. We didn't do any rendered. Yeah. So Illustrator, if you know it, great. If you don't, just maybe you'll pick it up just by me doing this. So I'm going to open up both files. So first I'm going to open up the PDF. I'm going to compile them. So the PDF is the right size. Now, for some reason, always when it'll come out sideways. So if we go to Document Setup, we can go to Edit Artboard and make it 17 by 11. And then we can go ahead and, zoom out. Oh, I think I made a mistake. I can tell. Oh, I have to re-export this out. So let's close this. The mistake I made is I forgot to make it vector, so it's actually bitmap. So let's redo it. Yeah, it's a raster. So let's go back. The PDF, yeah, because I forgot to hit a critical button. So here, it shouldn't be raster, it needs to be vector. Okay? So let's do that again. So we'll go ahead and open that again. So now it's really line geometry. Alright, so I can pick it. Document setup. Edit artboard. 17. 11. You can then zoom out. I can take, select everything and rotate it. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do now is actually open up Photoshop, and I'm going to open that rendered part and just modify it a little bit, and then bring it in and underlay it, the line drawings, all right?
We're going to combine the line and the edges to the render.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Can you just bring it all into Photoshop?
Well, the problem is you lose the line quality because Photoshop's bitmap, so the vector lines are going to print really nice.
You do all the JPEGs on it?
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to come here, I want to give this some brightness contrast. I'm going to turn off Legacy. Legacy makes it a little bit sharper per se, like more brightness contrast. So maybe do something where the edge starts to, it's up to you guys. So I can save this. I'm going to go into Illustrator, File, Place. Before I do that, sorry, make a new layer. This will be Image. I'm going to put that underneath, and then I'm going to lock the top layer, and then File, Place, find that JPEG, then I can place it, so it's placing. Oh, did it not save? Oop. Save that. So it's asking me, do you want to update it? Yes. So this is the hardest part, just sort of scaling it and making it fit. There's no magic to this other than tweaking it. It won't matter because the rendering is different than, yeah, it's a totally different size.
So there is no way you can directly this model for them. There's
There's
actually
a way we can probably make a border, but this isn't that hard. You'll see. It'll be shocking how close we'll get. There definitely is a way. I mean, if we made like a border and we reference a border, and then we were to crop the image,
so that means we have
because I like doing things slower. No, why do I prefer this way? It's just easier, like fewer step. Like in the end, it's like maybe just as fast. I'm usually pretty good at this, but my computer is somehow hurting. It's like really slow. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. Okay. Then we can go to File. We can go ahead and print this. And then we're going to print it again as a PDF.
And the shadow is pixelated because the average is
It's because it's a reference.
oh, you actually kind of
Yeah. So don't print it to the MakerBot. Yeah, that's the new thing now, guys. You can print straight to. You can do 3D in Photoshop and Illustrator. This is not the new version, but in the new version you can. Alright, so we're gonna go to setup. Yours should be a little bit easier than this, hopefully. So I'm videotaping this so you can see all those steps. I think it might be similar. And then it'll update, okay? And then we can print, I think if we, yeah, no, we gotta keep it, that's fine, we'll keep it that way. So making a PDF again. And there, it's still a little pixelated from the rendering size. Okay. Oops. But that's, let's go ahead and open, sorry, it's open. See, it's still a little pixelated. So this is what you need to do for your pieces, okay? Does this make sense? Okay, next part. Printing these pieces. So I'm going to go ahead back. I'm not sure why this computer's so slow. Let's go ahead and stop